Hello, everyone, and welcome to the PracEdge, a platform where you maximize your learning potential with the power of networking and expert guidance. We are a networking community where the opportunities and the knowledge meet to create the endless possibilities. With over the 20,000 members, we are a dynamic group from the 70 plus colleges and the background, whether you are a seasoned profession or just starting out your career. PracEdge provides a space to learn from others and share your own experience and expand your horizon. I'm your host, Henry, and today I have a guest, Praveen Kumar, on the topic of GitHub. So, Praveen, why don't you go ahead and briefly introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, thank you so much, Henry. That was an amazing introduction from your side. I really like your voice, where credit is due. Okay, cool. So, hey everyone, my name is Praveen. I'm originally from Chennai, India, currently living and working in London as a full stack JavaScript specialist, a director of engineering, and I'm also a YouTuber. I have super passion on tech because I would say JavaScript is my wife and React.js is my girlfriend. And I'm a MERN stack developer. M stands for memory in this case. So I'm specializing on those two things. And open source is a superb key to the developers to get into an amazing plethora of jobs. So this is something which I would like to say, like, I cannot stress enough. Open source is really cool. And the way you can go into open source is like, not just, you don't need to be a techie to get in, but Git and GitHub is one of the core things. So the whole session today is all about that. And we are going to dwell deep into that. Cool.
Okay.
Questions before we start?
Yeah. So since we have a member from all over the courses and all kinds of people, there are some people who are just starting out, so they don't know. They might not know much about the GitHub. So let's start with what exactly is GitHub and why do you actually need it?
Okay, sure. That's a great question. But before that, let's talk about what open source is. So Henry, you are here, and let's make you the first bencher and I'm the back bencher in the classroom. And I'm pretty sure that you would be scoring like A+ in all the different subjects. And the teacher comes in and we both are super close friends. And I'm a lazy person who is in the back bench. So the teacher comes and gives an assignment, and Henry, you take the assignment, immediately finish it off, and then also share it with me and submit it to the teacher. We both get 80 marks. Great. Wow. Amazing. I didn't do anything and I got 80 marks. But this guy, Praveen, the lazy, curious guy, I look at the assignment and I could see that a lot of things can be improved on the assignment, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your assignment, make a Xerox copy of it, change my name, and then do some more changes and submit the assignment. Let's consider that this college or university or this classroom is a type of classroom where you are not penalized for doing all these malpractice. Don't do it in the real college. And second thing is you can submit any number of times. So I submitted second time and I get 85 marks. Henry, how can I just leave you without thanking you? Because of you, I got 80 marks. On top of it, I just got 5 marks. So I wanted to give you my assignment. Bro, look at this. This is what I did. I got 85. Would you like to have a look at it and maybe improve it? Because you are amazing. And then Henry, what you do? You take the assignment, you do much more things, and then you submit it. You got 90 marks and you share it with me. We both got 90 marks. So Henry, what do you think what just happened? Forget about the negative things, but tell me what happened.
Yeah, with the analogy you just gave me, it sounds like it's more like a friendly community work that we did. I helped you and you helped me, and we both if we both came up together, we managed to pull off the things that possibly we couldn't do by alone, and improve the assignment a lot that wouldn't have been in our eyes on the first place, either by one of us.
So there are a couple of things to note here. Number one, teamwork. Number two is you might be super intelligent, super talented. I might be the dumbass here. But at the same time, there are certain things that you may not notice. I have noticed it. Something like that.
Yes.
You did 80% of the hard work. I am like totally wetty. I use all my efforts at least to help you more, 5% more. And you made it much more better, 10% more. So basically, when you have limited resource, I have limited resource, we are also making use of much better way of our limited resources to deliver something really amazing. So out of all these things, let's try to change something here.
Mhm.
The teacher who came here is the developer community, just like me, you, and everyone, whoever is there in the call, whoever is watching this video. You are also a developer. You are also a person. You can also be a part of open source, right? So includes you. So we all need something really amazing. I believe a lot of people would have seen Microsoft's Visual Studio Code.
Mhm.
Not just Google for it, because that is one of the best text editors and syntax editors. That's something which I would say. So that's one thing. Secondly, the teacher, the developer community wants really a good editor, text editor before Microsoft VS Code, let's say. And then the assignment is we want a text editor, which is good. And who's the teacher? We all. Okay. And you, Henry, you're not a single person in the real world. You are Microsoft. And what you do is you're writing the assignment, right?
Mhm.
That is the developing of VS Code as a product. And then what you're doing, you're giving it to me and other students in the class who are your friends. The whole world is the complete friends for Microsoft. So what they do is they write code for Visual Studio Code, and then they give it to the public, to everyone to use it. That includes me, you, others. And then we all download it, use it. We are all happy. But at the same time, the same person, Praveen, who is the same backbencher, who is the same curious person, I'm going to look at the VS Code. Oh my God, this is so good. But there are a few things that I can add on to make it better for me, which might be better for others as well. So what I do is, what did I do for you? I took your assignment, took a Xerox copy, right? So similarly, I clone the repository of Microsoft to my account, which is the Xerox copy, like fork it. And then I started changing it, like how I removed your name and add my name in the assignment. I changed a couple of codes, pushed the commit to my clone, my fork of your repository. And then once I'm happy with it, I'm asking you, Microsoft, I'm asking you, Henry, would you like to copy what I have done because I got a better mark? Would you, Microsoft would like you to, I'm requesting you to pull my changes to your repository because it is helpful for me. I feel that it could be helpful for others. And Microsoft or Henry, you accept it. And then on top of it, Microsoft and other people do a lot of work and make it much, much better. New versions are coming up with great features and everything is for free. I did for free, you did for free, that person did for free. And finally, you got an amazing product that is being developed for free, used by a lot of people for free, contributed by a lot of people for free. That's open source.
That was a kind of like I'm gonna say that I'm really amazed. That was a kind of like a very, very great analogy that even a lame person who is not very technical can understand it. Like someone who's not from the computer science background, someone who's from the other background, most of the time it's difficult for them to understand because the technical words and the technical terms they are not familiar with. And it was like really, really beautiful. Like even I am not from the computer science background, and I was like I understood every single point of it, like what open source truly is and how it works, like all the community work and how you actually make the changes to the work is already there, but you kind of improve in it. You make some improvements.
Yes.
So
let's also look at one more way, like how not Microsoft, but GitHub team explains what GitHub is. We were talking about open source. What is this GitHub now? Let's look at it in a video way. Okay. Everyone ready? Okay, let me share my screen along with the sound. Yes, I should not forget that. And here we go. I guess I might need some time to make it work. Boom. So we've got this. We've got this. Let's make this work here.
Okay, what is GitHub? Well, GitHub is a platform that helps people solve problems by building software together. So, how does it work? This is Sam. Sam works on tractors all day, but not in the way you might be thinking. She builds the software that helps make tractors more efficient. And she does this on GitHub with the help of her team, VJ, Melinda, and Mike. Now, even though they all work on the same project, Sam and her team don't all work in the same part of the world. This is Eddie. Eddie also works on tractors all day, except he actually works on the tractors all day. And this is the Harvester L700. It's the latest flagship in the company's fleet of tractors. It's full of sensors and processors that produce a ton of diagnostic data. Eddie has a great idea for how farmers might share their data and improve their harvests. So Eddie opens an issue on GitHub. Issues are discussion threads where people can report bugs, request features, or even just ask questions. Sam is the first one on her team to see Eddie's issue, and she thinks that VJ would be the best person to start the job. And here's where we get into the nuts and bolts. Eddie isn't the only person using the Harvester L700. All over the world, other tractors are collecting moisture data, and they need to keep running smoothly even while VJ is working on the new features. He needs a dedicated place to experiment so none of his changes end up on the farm before they're ready. So he creates a branch of the code, an alternate timeline where he can safely make changes to the software. Now he's ready to start writing the new feature. GitHub tracks VJ's changes and saves snapshots of his progress. When he's ready to collaborate on the changes with his team, he opens a pull request on GitHub. Pull requests let you show others the changes you're proposing so they can review and discuss them. This means VJ's teammates can help with roadblocks and even make improvements. On GitHub, everyone has a copy of the project. So if Melinda has an idea for something that will help make VJ's work even better, she can add it to the branch herself. GitHub keeps a record of everyone's contributions and feedback in the pull request, alongside relevant messages from the team's other systems. Once the team has signed off on the changes, VJ can incorporate the new code into the project. The new feature will be available to everyone as soon as he merges it in. Now farmers everywhere can all benefit from Eddie's great idea. But this is really only the beginning of the story. Because GitHub is the largest community of developers in the world, with millions of people sharing their projects, Eddie's idea could end up helping people in unimaginable ways. What kinds of problems are you trying to solve? Whether you're an engineer, a code enthusiast, or even a farmer trying to harvest grain, software touches every corner of our lives. GitHub is where people build that software. It's how they build software. Together.
Interesting.
That's a quick idea of like what GitHub is and how GitHub works, etc. So I hope that gave a clear idea of like what GitHub is. So there is one more thing here. What we are talking about is GitHub, but GitHub is completely powered by a software called Git. So GitHub is a company which was recently acquired by Microsoft, while Git is a open source. Git itself is an open source software that was created by Linus Torvalds, and it was created as a hobby project. Now it is one of the core of every single software development company. So basically, what is GitHub? Basically, what is Git? Let's say we have a cool project that's coming up, and I'm the only person who is working on it. I know that this doesn't sound that good, but still I'll try to show it. And I start this project very early, really early, like 8 p.m. in the evening, and developers. So I start working on the software. I start building some kind of HTML pages or something like that. 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock. I do massive changes every single 15 minutes. And around 9 o'clock, I get a call, I get sidetracked, have some food, pizza, and then come back. 9:15, I start working. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Okay, it's becoming slightly late. 2 a.m., good time to sleep. And please don't follow all these things. Go to sleep on time and take care of your health. Okay, so 2:30 a.m., I go sleep. And then freshly, I wake up in the extreme early morning at 10 a.m. in the morning. And then I see that Oh, wow. Okay. So these are the things that are left. Okay. Let me start working on it. 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, 11 o'clock, 11:15. What did I even make yesterday night at 9 o'clock? That is one really bad code that I created. And dang, I wish I had like a time machine to go back. Well, if I had used Git and every 15 minutes I have committed a code, like a commit is, okay, I'll tell you what commit is. It's one of the process in Git. So if I had committed the code every 15 minutes, I could easily go back in time and then say, hey, here is what I did at 9 o'clock. And let me change this part a bit and then finally fix everything. So that exactly what Git is helpful. Git version controls. Every single thing is controlled like what you saw in the video. Every change is noted. So a change can be in one single file or multiple files, one or many files. That is one change. A change in GitHub Git is called as a commit. And all these commits go to a branch. You usually have a main branch or a master branch, but whenever you want to change something, you will branch out. Like, remember the tractor got double branched because you don't want to disturb the original working thing. So you go to a separate playground, a branch, and then you start working on things. And then what happens is you write all the code changes, every single change is recorded. And then once you're happy with the complete change, you want to combine the old code with the new code. That process is called as merging. The merging ways you can, if you are a part of the company, okay, whether you're a part of a organization or a repository or not, you need to do something called as a merge request. Remember, I requested Microsoft to pull my
request
to their repository. So that is called pull request in GitHub. And in terms of other repositories, like GitHub is one of three. So there is Bitbucket, there is GitLab, etc. So in GitLab, it is called as merge request. Both mean the same. So in case if you find GitHub looking similar to GitLab, but you're inside GitLab and you don't see pull request, it means you're inside GitLab and you would see merge request. Both the things are same. So that's about merge request. Now, this is the basic idea of like why Git is a time machine and why developers need it. So this is one thing which I wanted to say, another story. And then finally, let's directly jump into a demo.
Sure. Yeah.
So any questions in the meantime?
No, but particularly like while you were explaining beautifully, I and even saw the video, I did had a thought, but later on you did answer the question as well. Like, what if someone actually, if someone is like, suppose someone evil try to actually change the actual code, the main branch, the main code. But as you mentioned, like later on, it's always when you try to do it, it always creates a branch. So they cannot do it. They can only do in their, they can.
Yeah, I want to clarify here. If you are the owner of the repository,
okay,
you have team members as well, right? So in case if your credentials got stolen in the bad hands, obviously this is possible, number one.
Yes.
Second thing, even if you create a merge, a new branch, and if you as an owner, without looking completely and then merging it, it creates problems. So that is also a problem. Second, the good part is if an external person wants to contribute.
Okay, damn, yeah.
You are not able to hear me, right?
No, I couldn't. It's like...
Now that we have Henry back, what we said to him.
Okay. You have to repeat that again because like I got disconnected.
I know. So when did you get disconnected? What was the last thing that I said?
You were saying about the Git. No, way after that.
Don't say that I have to repeat the whole thing. Okay. What do you remember at the last? What did they say last? Like last when you left?
The owners can make the changes, and the if they have the credentials, they can also make the changes. And if someone without the authentication do accept it, they can also make the change. The changes and pathing will also be there. If someone without looking at the actual code and they accept the commit.
Exactly. And the worst cases, like any kind of external person, external entity who wants to change the code, they will be only able to change by giving out a merge request or a pull request, whatever you call it, whichever platform you use it. That request needs to be extremely validated by the original author, user, and then they have to merge. But if it is actually a human error, it would be mostly a human error. So even compromising of password will be a human error, because what if I say my password is, hey, it's Praveen or something like that? Boom, that's gone. It's a human fault, not a computer's fault. So that's how Git and GitHub works. So basically, one single change could have single file change or 5 files change or multi-file change. That change set is called as a commit. And all these commits are inside a branch, and all the branches are inside a repository. That's how we have got this. So let's directly dive into a demo where I would show you my screen, and basically I don't want to share my sound. What kind of sound is that? Okay, so cool. I believe everyone is able to see the screen. So this is github.com, and oh, cool. Okay, I need to. Okay, that's my GitHub profile, and here's my github.com without signing in. Basically, if you want to sign in, if you want to create an account, it is extremely easy. All you need to do is just go ahead and, oh, something's wrong. Okay, whatever it is. So just go ahead and enter your email address and then sign up for GitHub. As simple as that. And once you are inside the GitHub, what you need to do is you can either create a new repository or an import a repository, etc. So let's start from the project owner perspective. Let's create a new repository. And now what we are going to do is, let's talk about a small, simple repository called PracEdge, or maybe PracEdge, whatever works, and demo. And it's going to be a public repository, part of Praveen's stream for PracEdge on Git and GitHub 101. Okay, so I'm creating a repository without doing anything. At this point of time, I'm going to completely explain everything on the web GitHub. So we are not going to use any tools or anything. All you need is just a web browser. So let's say there is this person who is the owner, who is Praveen Science, and there is another person who is a contributor. And let me try to log in as that person now. I don't want to share anything, share screen. So I hope, yes, now we are logged in as this person. So this, in the incognito window, it is another person, and here is me, Praveen. Okay. So what we are going to do is, if this person looks at this repository, it says the repository is empty. You can't do anything at all, except you can also add some issues. So basically how this whole thing works is, open source works to issues and pull request. So what we can do is we can do like a new issue or something like that. But basically you need some kind of content to start even, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new README file. I'll name it as README because README. And most of the times the extension will be MD. MD means it's markdown. So if I type in hello everyone, or hello PracEdge, this is Praveen. I am not having the right keyboard. So this. Okay, something like this. I'm just adding, and then I'm committing it, which means one single file has been created README, and it's full of mistakes. Okay, so I'm just committing the changes because I'm not caring about anything, and this code is already useless, and it says like this. So someone from our group, or like someone from the public, was so irritated by this So they create an issue saying like, fix the mistakes. So here inside that more detailed one, seems like there are multiple issues. It's PracEdge. And what else we can say? It's Praveen.
It's keyboard.
Remove the useless text. So this is what we are trying to do. And you could also tell that I would like to fix these. Please assign me. So this particular issue has not been assigned to anyone yet. So until this is being assigned to you, please do not start to work, because number one, if you are working and at the same time someone else is also working, your work will go waste. And there could be a reason that it is like this and this is not required. Even then the work would be waste. And finally, the repository owner needs to know who is actually working on these things while they are like waiting for some magic to happen or something like that. So these are the reason I would suggest people not to start work until you have been assigned properly. So once you say this, you would be able to see that from the person who has created, this is me. Oh, okay. There seems to be a problem. Okay, fine. I'm ready to accept it. I'm ready to assign this as well to this person. And I could see, yep, go ahead and fix it. Now what happens here is you get this message as the user as well. So what I'm going to do is I go to the code and click on this README file. Here is where the issue is. I'm going to click on edit. Well, do you have access to this? No. It says fork this repository and edit the file. It doesn't say edit the file. But if I go here as a user, as a owner, and then go inside this and press this button, it says just edit the file and immediately it shows the editing thing and preview everything. But for the other person, it says fork this repository and edit the file. Let's see what it does. You need to fork this repository to propose changes. Sorry, you're not able to edit this repository directly. Okay, so yes, fork this repository and then it goes to a new fork. And then it says you are making changes in a project that you don't have write access to. Submitting a change will write it to a new branch in your fork so that you can send a pull request. So that's exactly what happens. So first thing, okay, whatever changes that we have proposed here in the issues, we'll just have a quick look at that. So it's PracEdge. So let's make it as PracEdge. And this is Praveen is conducting a session on Git and GitHub. Okay, so that is what we have done. And what we can do here is we can commit the changes saying that fixed the issues in README. So that means you also want to write another description. So I'm just going to copy all these things. Changed to PracEdge. Changed the name to Praveen. Remove the useless text. Added some more info. And what does this do? It actually fixes, number one, fix the mistake. Okay. This part is something that you want to add so that it links the repository with this particular pull request. Both the pull request and the issues will get linked at this point. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we'll propose the changes. So clicking on propose changes, what it does is it first shows the comparison. So basically, you want to add your patch one to the main branch of Praveen Science PracEdge, right? Okay. There is one commit. One file has been changed. There is only one contributor. Perfect. What is the commit again? So it has got these 4 items. it fixes this particular issue. So issue is linked to the pull request. Perfect. What is the file changed? So whatever I have written here has been changed to this one. I'm happy about it. There's only one file and it is perfectly fine. Now we create a pull request and we put all the details here and we create a pull request here. The moment it does here, as an owner, I would be able to see that, oh, there is a pull request here. Okay, nice. Let me have a quick look at this. And it says it's changed to brackets, changed the name, you removed useless text and added some more info. Okay, so how many commits? There is only one commit and it has got the same thing. And if I go to the checks, it says it is checking for all the security things. It is still running, which we will look at it later. And then files changed. Oh, wow, this looks really, really amazing. It looks good to me, which means I go ahead and I put a +1 saying looks good to me. You would be seeing a lot of LGTM, which means
Looks good to me.
And then I approve the changes and I submit the review as well. The moment I submit the review, it is going to say all the checks has been passed as well. And then this branch has got no conflicts with the main branch because people can put anything inside, right? So there is no issues. And then I can either merge pull request by creating a merge commit, squashing and merging it. This is for the repository owners, or rebasing and merging. So what exactly are these three things? Okay, let's have a quick look at it. So basically, all these commits look this way, right? So this is my repository. And then there is this commit and there is this second change. These are the changes. Okay, this is number 1 and this is number 2. Okay, now your change, let's talk, it's Henry. So Henry's changes contains the same 1 and the same 2, but there is also another thing, which is number 3. This is what Henry just fixed it. Okay, now we need this part of the code to come here. There are 3 ways. So what I can do is I can create a merge commit and then get Henry's third commit and connect it here. This is the merge commit and this is the third commit. We will call it as 3A. Okay, this one is called merge commit. And then there is the second thing, which is squash and merge. So this I wouldn't be able to explain if it is like this. So if Henry would like to make another change, what happens is, let's say there is not only the 3 here. Okay, so Henry is actually created another commit as well. Okay, so there is 3 and 4. Forgetfully, Henry did not finish completely, so he had to create another pull request. So these 2 things wants to come here. Okay, so 2 changes he has created and he wants it to be merged. So what happens here is, with me, I would be creating a merge commit. This is the merge commit, but technically it is 3, 4, like that we can put, and it contains the third commit of Henry, fourth commit of Henry, and then it has got 2 parents technically. Okay, so this one is called merge commit. The second option is squash. So what does squash mean? So we have Praveen, we have Henry here. So both of them have got these 2 things. And same way I just put here as well. Sorry about my drawing skills. I should have a Wacom tablet, but no one is sponsoring me and I don't have money. Okay, cool. So we have got these 1 and 2. And now Henry has got 3 and 4. But what is squash commit? Squash commit, technically what it does is it contains the combined content of 3 and 4 as a single commit, which is actually 3, 4. So you would see only 1 commit here, but it contains all the changes of this thing. So that is a squash commit. Squash commit. Okay. And then finally, we have rebase. So what is rebase? Rebase is the most simplest thing, but it is actually the complex thing. Coming back to what we were doing. So we have Praveen's code, Henry's code. Both of them have got these 2 boxes and 1 and 2. The fun part is explaining merge commit, rebase is very easy. So you have 3, you have 4, right? So what kind of merge commit options you would see? So if I'm doing a merge commit, rebase and merge, there is like nothing that I can do. For squash commit, I can do something here. For create a merge pull request, I can write something here. For a rebase and merge, there is literally nothing. Just confirm rebase and merge, because what happens in rebase and merge is you would be having the same thing coming here. Like you're just changing this thing here.
It exactly make the copy of it.
Exactly. So that's what is going to happen in the rebase and merge. So now everyone tell me what kind of technique should I use here? Merge commit or?
Well, you have made only one comment, so the rebase merge is also not really bad.
Anything is not really bad in this case. So let's make it more tougher. So let's make another change here. And it also says here, add more commits by pushing to patch 1 of this particular thing. So what we can do is, we can actually add a heading. PracEdge GitHub 101. And we can commit the changes, added heading. We don't need to add more details because we have already added everything in the pull request. And now if you go back to the code here, you could see that added heading has been added. New changes since you last visited. So let's review the code again. So if you refresh this page, you could see that there are 2 commits now. So we have fixed the issue in this. We have added the heading. The checks are like, let it go. And then in the files changed, we could see that there is 1 line of heading added. And we could say, wow, nice, this is superb. Okay, approve it. I don't want to write anything else because I have already approved it. So we got an approval here. There is a tick mark here. And now it makes perfect sense to use either of these 3 things. Go on. Time starts now. Which one should we use?
Well,
this one or not this one?
I don't really want it to be. I can either have the merge base or the RB and the MC, the merge commit or the rebase merge.
Okay, sure. Let's go with the rebase merge. So these 2 commits will be directly taken and then put it into the main thing. So if I click on rebase and merge, I have got no options other than to confirm it. The moment I confirm it, I could go to this code and I could see that it has a heading and it has got all these things. And not just that, if you refresh this page anywhere, you'll be able to see that it should look good. And there are 2 contributors. Give yourself a pat that you are one of them. So let's add a stamp that says star. There you go. So this is super cool, right? So this is how the whole process of GitHub works. Questions?
No, that was really interesting. Can you go back to the website again? Like share your screen. So what exactly, in which scenario, like I would need a specific one? Is there like some sort of condition where I would need a specific one as an owner?
So basically, when you want to merge it, at that point of time, you have to be an owner. And if you want to create a new commit, or if you want to contribute it or create a new branch, you don't need to be an owner.
No, my question was something like, when I'm an owner, there are 3 options to merge. So is there a specific condition where I'm going to need a specific one? Or it's like based...
Basically, it depends on the people. Really. Okay, let me also think about, let's try getting all the 3 different types of, let's look at all the 3 different types of merging strategy. Number 1 is the merge commit. It is best of both the worlds, but it's worst in sometimes because a person like me, I would like to see the git commit in a single straight line. I don't want things to be like so much garbled or something like that. I want every single thing to be simple. Okay. So people like me will hate merge commits. But merge commits, basically it works but it is hated by people like me. Second thing is the squash commits. I really, really love the squash commits because basically you know that this is the change that you're looking for. I don't care about how the change has been propagated these days, but complete change is what I need. Then you just take the changes, compress it into a single commit, and then put it on top of your commit, which also provides you a straight line. That is squash merge. I really love it. But at the same time, the rebase and merge is also similar. So you are just picking those commits and putting on top. As long as the commits are simple, I'm just going to say okay for rebase. I hate merge commits. The problem with squash is you don't see the intermediate steps. You would be only seeing the complete thing. But in terms of rebase commit, you would see all the intermediate steps, but you don't know where exactly the starting of the merge and ending of the merge, because anyone can putting it is like putting all the balls together, right? But we don't know exactly for one particular pull request or one particular change, how many commits constitute to it. But best of both worlds is the merge commit, where it creates a new commit which contains all the smaller commits, where you will be able to see that, okay, all these commits belong to this particular issue, and this particular merge commit has got all the snapshots similar to the squash commit, but at the same time, it preserves the steps in between as well. So this is what I would like to say.
So it's basically like the keeping the record. It's like when you make a note.
Record keeping here.
Yeah. Everything is record keeping. So it's something like when you make a note and you like to remember like how the steps went. So
how did the person come to this conclusion?
Yeah, come to the conclusion. Yeah, exactly like that. I am gonna say one thing. Like, by the way, I'm not from the computer science background, and I've always like when people talk about the GitHub and all the Git, every time I've seen the interface, it was always overwhelming to me. And today I feel like I truly understand like what GitHub is, and it doesn't feel like it's very much overwhelmed. It feels like, okay, yeah, they have the basic tools and they have the necessary tools, not the basic tools. They have the necessary tools, and it's not really difficult when you broke it down in the sequential manner and put it into a really digestible way that even a normal person can understand that.
The only thing that I would suggest from my experiences, learn from the right person, because when the learning part is messed up, the complete thing will be messed up.
Yeah.
Ruined for me as well in terms of Python. I hate Python because I couldn't learn it. And Java, thanks to my professor. Sorry, it's because of you. And then finally, because the typed languages have got this aversion for me. I don't want to get into TypeScript. Because of that, my career is kind of stagnant. Professor, you are the responsible for that. So I'm talking about the professor in my undergraduate, and I believe that professor knows who he is. So don't want to damage.
I see. And since like you are kind of like a position that does hold most of the people where they want to go, so you would be most of some people's ideals as well. And throughout your experience, you do a lot of literally a lot of contributions to the open world and the free education. You also have your YouTube channel when you teach people.
Tell them to subscribe to my YouTube.
Yes. Would you like to show people your YouTube channel as well? Like, would you like to stream it so people can also go ahead to your YouTube channel and they can see your videos?
Okay, before that, I would also like to show my website as well.
Oh.
Here's my website. So anyone and everyone, whether you are into tech or not, please make a website of yourself. I will teach you how to do it in a simple way. So here's my website for you all. So I have a big picture of mine. It says I'm a cat lover, cook, mentor, full stack developer, etc., etc. And here are the different ways where you can stalk me or talk to me. And here's my YouTube channel as well. Do give a subscribe as well. It's Praveen Science, and it looks like this. I believe Henry has already seen this channel, and you get to see all these things. There are like 10 minutes coding and very small information about it as my local language Tamil. There's only 1 or 2 videos here, but all the other videos are in English. And apart from this, there are like series, hackathons, 30 days of React, gaming and hackathons, so many things are there. So this is something that I built live in front of everyone. And again, for this Git and GitHub thing, I do have a playlist as well. It's just 3 videos, and you would be able to learn the complete series of Git and GitHub. It's a practical series as well. Let me quickly run through what is covered in this as well. So basically, you have got these things, right? Okay, so you are introduced to the version control systems, choosing the right version control system. Why is Git so popular? Why not the others? Downloading and installing Git, initializing a repository locally, understanding the terminologies, and basic Git workflow in local. So this is the first part. And second part has got even more things. So introduction to GitHub, GitHub's relation with Git, creating a GitHub account, creating a new repository, what we did today, pushing local files to remote, and what exactly is this git ignore file. And then finally, the third part covers what we did today, the issues and pull request. There are 3 different merging strategies, which we saw, and what are all the different ways how the merging strategy works. What is the best merging strategy that you should choose? Then there is some advanced techniques like Git stashing and cherry picking, reviewing pull requests, and a real world example, which we did today. So something like that. That is what is covered in these 3 videos. Do check it out. And here's my complete website. So if you go down, there is a small introduction part, and there is a experience part. I know like most of them are new. So if you don't have anything to put experience, go ahead and write education. In education, what I did, I just copied everything from my brochure, and then that's easier. And these are like some stats. Then here's a portfolio. So basically, you do a lot of cool things, right? Try to put it in your portfolio, because if you put it here, you got, this is something which I did like 13 years ago, 11 years, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years ago. But if you see how I have improved over time, you could see that I have improved much, much, much better. So this is something which people will look at it and appreciate it. And again, another thing, when you are graduating and coming to the industry, written communication skills are very, very important. I would like everyone to write blogs, but if you have got no idea what you need to do, try to take a complex thing, understand it, and explain it in a simple way, like how I did it. I know that this is a storytelling technique that not many people will have, but try to develop that. And another thing is, let's say you got into a trouble and you go pester your friend, or you try to Google Stack Overflow, copy paste a lot of different code, and finally come to a conclusion. Explain everything, like what did you do, what did you want to do. That will help a lot of people. Like for example, if I got into such kind of problems, I find your blog that was interesting and it helped me, then I don't care immediately. Hey, Henry, I saw your recent blog and it was absolutely detailed and it was really helping me. By any chance, are you looking for work? I'm happy to give you a position, like literally, that is if you are okay with it. So these things will happen. And finally, this is what people talk behind my back. And here's how you can talk behind my back. This is a simple website that I created. And if this is what I'm telling you, and I talked about something called Stack Overflow for developers. So this, Henry, do you know what Stack Overflow is and how to use it or something?
Yeah, I do have a basic idea. Like it's also like a community one where they have all the courses, basically the kind of the courses where each and every topic is.
It's a question and answer site where people ask questions and people answer it. So I'm mostly in the answering part. And if you go to Google, I have not logged in. And if you just type in Stack Overflow Praveen, the first link is mine. And this is what is my tech stacks. So basically, this is what I do. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, PHP, Bootstrap, yes. MySQL, where are you? Yeah, MySQL. Where is React and Node? So this is what I do. And currently, this is what I'm doing. If I say, Henry, this is what I am, would you give me a job? If you are a job owner, like a company owner.
I would say, to be honest, I would not hesitate to say yes, because like...
Maybe your answer would have been, I would say, when are you joining?
Yeah, something like that, very much. Like, and there is one thing I would definitely like to say, like I would like to mention, like it truly stands out. It truly does looks out when you talk and when you explain the charm of your experience and like your intentions to explain the things in a really simple manner that everyone can understand. It does stand out. It like your charm is absolutely gorgeous. I wish like I had someone like that in my particular domain to explain the things like that. It's really, really amazing. Like even someone who's not from the code domain then can understand the things and take a guidance from it. It was really amazing.
Also improve a lot on these things as well, because if I stop learning, that's the day I die. So this is not the best of me today, and best is more coming up soon.
Okay, before wrapping up the session, before going on, like, is there any other suggestions apart from the like, especially GitHub, from your experience that you would like to give to the new coders and apparently someone who's from looking for the job and particularly in this domain?
If you are a student and if you are just coming to explore, this is the first time you're looking at all these coding things, and let's say you are in first year or second year, or maybe you are starting your college, you have a lot of time with you, and there are like so many programming languages like Java, JavaScript, Python, TypeScript, Ruby, PHP, MySQL, .NET, just name a few. So my suggestion is like, humble suggestion is, try with working on every single thing, whatever you have, because you have the time. Try working with everything. You don't know which one is the best for you. So understand what is best for you and then go into it and do some amazing things. That's one good way of like learning new things and being confident of what you are doing as well.
Thank you very much. That was a really one suggestions for everyone, and thank you very much for coming on the show. I really enjoyed the show. Like I don't have the words to put it together, like how much I really enjoyed it. You put the stuff that seems complicated in a really easy manner, and I definitely would like to have you again on the show if you do. Thank you very much.
Definitely, and I would love to be collaborated again. So let me know in a different topic, in a better topic, in a completely different environment. I'm ready.
Sure. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening.
Yes. Sorry. Go on. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening, everyone. And you too, Praveen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And as always, when I leave, please take care of your health. Your health comes first. Stay home, stay safe, stay away from all the pandemic if that is existing, and take care of your health. See ya.
See ya.